Minimalism, not minimalist. What's the difference? And why do I think it's important? Hi guys, welcome to my channel, it's mine and Cliffe. And this video, I believe, will either be the last video in Hong Kong, or by the time you watch this, we will already be in Bucharest. It all depends on timing of work permits and that kind of thing. But yeah, basically we are on the move pretty much as this video goes live. So I've been thinking a lot about this because there seems to be a lot of diversity in the YouTube community about the difference between, or at least some people talking about becoming a minimalist, whereas other people are talking about minimalism. And there seems to be quite a lot of confusion. Some people are using one when they mean the other, and vice versa. So to me, an ist is a lifestyle, and I don't subscribe to any lifestyle which is an ist. I'm not a minimalist. I am not an anything-ist. For me, minimalism is a tool that helps me to be more intentional in the way I live my life and in the possessions I have. I believe that it is a mindset shift that helps me to move towards something that benefits me on a number of levels. I struggle with any kind of thing that tries to portray a lifestyle. As a Christian, that is my lifestyle, but that isn't an ist. That is part of what makes up me as a being, and that kind of encompasses all the other aspects of my life. The only ists I guess I could apply to myself is, yes, I am a guitarist and a bassist and occasionally a vocalist, though often unwillingly. But certainly the last one, I could just say I sing. I'm a singer. I don't like labels that are so concrete as ist, particularly when a lot of the time we can add extremist to that. So there are extremist minimalists, or extreme minimalists if you were. That is just something that doesn't connect with me, and I think a lot of people struggle with seeing aspects of minimalism in a way that it's actually difficult to come to terms with. For me, minimalism is about approaching your life and your possessions in a way where you are removing things that get in the way of the things that bring you joy. And again, joy is a difficult thing, because should we really be getting joy in our possessions at all? I'm not sure that is a necessarily helpful way of looking at things, but certainly removing things that detract from that joy is a positive way of looking at it, perhaps. So yeah, I think for me, focusing on minimalism is a tool. Minimalism as a way of becoming, and I guess essentialism in the same kind of way, is like focusing on the key aspects of our life, of our possessions, of our surroundings, of our clutter, if you will. I know decluttering is a very trendy term, but yeah, focusing on these things in a way to be more intentional with our possessions, with our time, with our money, with our life in general. I think it is a very positive way of looking at things. But I think once you start calling yourself an ist, a capitalist, a communist, minimalist, so many other words you could probably apply to that, but I haven't had enough coffee this morning. I think there's a lot of danger there, and to me, I am very keen not to go down that route. Now, decluttering is a tool of minimalism. It is a way of, it is a utility for I guess, approaching a more minimalist concept. But at this point, I'm using minimalist not as a lifestyle, but as a comparative. So you can be more minimalist or more minimal, perhaps, that's a nicer way of saying it, once you have used minimalism as a tool or a mindset shift to help you approach a more intentional life. I think that's a better way of thinking of it, rather than thinking more minimalist, less minimalist. Yeah, I really struggle with the concept of minimalist. I am not one. I definitely am very much in favour of using minimalism and having a more minimal approach to life, and it's something that I am struggling to reach a level of minimalism in my life that I am comfortable with, because for so many years I have had too much stuff, and as part of the whole process for moving, particularly for moving continent, and particularly for moving continent at a time when shipping is heinously expensive. World shipping rates have more than trebled in the last year as a result of the situation that has happened in the world. So it's definitely had a lot of extra inspiration and impetus. But we are definitely looking when we move into our new apartment to have less stuff around. We've got rid of, I don't know, 40, 50 books recently. We've got rid of 20, 30 picture frames. We've got rid of so much stuff. And by got rid of, I'm not talking about trashing. We've given away to people who appreciate them. We're very fortunate here that because we work for a charity and we live in a community of volunteers who therefore don't have any income other than the support they are given by friends and family back home, that there are a lot of people who are grateful to receive stuff that maybe for us has passed the end of its useful life, but for other people they are very happy for that. And then we are obviously a charity that redistributes goods to people in need, so anything that isn't wanted by people in our community we can then pass on to the wider community, and that is a really inspiring kind of way to think about things. So almost nothing that we are getting rid of is going in the trash, and that I think is another thing. Don't just throw stuff away. If you can find a use for it in some kind of way, whether that's repurposing stuff in your own home, whether that's passing it on to people who need it, or organizations who need it. One of the key things is like sheets and blankets and towels and that kind of thing. Even if no one else wants it, even if it's stained or ripped, an animal shelter would love it, because they get through an awful lot of that stuff, because animals are messy and need cleaning and need comfortable bedding and that kind of thing. So there are always avenues for the vast majority of our stuff to benefit others, and that is one of the main positives about pursuing a minimalism journey. It is not about the goal, it's about the mindset shift that helps you to help others and live a more clutter-free life, a more intentional life in the process. So that's just kind of a collection of my thoughts at this point where we are going through a whole lot of stuff. I never thought that my wife would kind of embrace this in any kind of way, but I've been very proud of the amount of things that she has offered up to the community over the last sort of few days. It's been great. I am not in any way putting pressure on her or anyone else to pursue this, but I think it is something that can be a lot of fun. We have a WhatsApp group in our community for people giving away stuff to other people, and sometimes it's almost like a game of who can get there first. And that just adds a whole new level of enjoyment to the process of giving away stuff to people who will benefit from it. But every time you give something away as a gift, as opposed to throwing stuff away, yeah, you should get some enjoyment out of it. It should feel good to you. And I think, again, that is an approach and a mindset shift that will really benefit you along the way. So I just want to encourage you, if you are struggling a little bit with the amount of stuff you have, to just to think about minimalism. It's a tool. You can use it. It doesn't have to be a lifestyle. Take care, guys. See you next week. Maybe in Bucharest.